so much easier.
Doing something a wee bit different today. Matthew Wolff in it for the first three. Seeing what we're doing with that. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, playing Matthew Wolff swing. What we've got as well as something that should help who I'm playing with, which is Rory McIlroy's top tip, which we're going to show you. As you put the cardboard underneath your right foot so that it has no resistance, and basically swing to the top, hold your top and make sure this turns this way as it comes down. This is what Rory McIlroy drills all the time, which is basically an anti-coil drill. He wants this feeling here. Obviously his foot doesn't move, but that's the ground force torque he puts into the swing, which is going that way. So if that foot was sliding, it would actually rotate like that with the downswing. Rory, Ian Poulter, all the top pros drill with something called a swivel plate, and basically a cardboard, anything that makes it slide on the AstroTurf will give you the same feeling. So when they get to the top, before the vertical drop, they are twisting this that way at the same time to clear the hips and rotate through and up, which actually opens your hips as you swing through. It's a reverse of what you think should be happening. Everybody thinks your foot should go that way, and in actual fact you're fighting it that way, coiling here, straightening this leg on the backswing, and coiling that way again against it as the lower half comes down. So that is what I've been working on. But for the first 3-hole match anyway, we are Wolffing it. Probably playing Wolfie swing, which looks something like that. And that's what we're doing. So Matthew Wolff's swing, a lot of folk have talked about it. There's been loads of players that have had that move. Eamon Darcy, to name but a few. Jimmy Brune, famous Irish amateur, played off at +4 back in the 60s and 70s. And basically, it's that up to there, then it's a reroute. So we're going to be taking that out in the course, see what we can score for 3 holes. Hardest hole in Scotland, first over the wall, second and the 3rd hole. We might do 4 or 5, but you've seen all the rest of the holes, so I thought I'd do 1, 2 and 3 today. Obviously autumn leaves out. And we're going to also have a wee challenge round about the 4th with a tailor-made spoon, 13 degree. If I make contact with that, I'll let you know. Nearly caught myself out there. Modern technology. Check it. Aye. Mind it's Wolfie versus you on the first 3. A lowish one. Lay up for the wall because it doesn't really matter how warm up you are when you're off these tees here, which are actually further back than the medal tees, which are down there. Also the leaves are coming off the trees quite dramatically. You're as well laying up. Wolfie shot one. Yeah, so obviously everybody watches Matthew Wolff on the TV, and he has got an unusual swing. But I'll tell you this, if you swing like Matthew Wolff, there is no danger you're coming over the top, because you can't do it. Anyway, let's get up to the ball. Okay, I'm catching my breath. Al's got 72 yards to go. He's just lasered it. He's probably lasered it to the front, I'm not sure. Scott hard at work. Maintenance continues during the winter. Might be okay. If it's up, it's good. If it's short, it's coming back to you. That's the story of this whole par 3, as you know. I'm not warmed up yet, so a wee floppy wedge. Enough at the banking. Probably should have gone hard sand iron there, but I am short. Why it's the hardest hole in Scotland. I'll show you what happens. If you go for it and you thin it, you're belting off this wall and coming back about 50 yards. You get over the wall, you're still short. If you come up short of the green, you hit that mound and then you roll backwards. And the green slopes front to, or back to front. You're talking incredibly difficult. So now I've got to get up and down. For a 4. Easy par 3, eh? Easy par 3. You can see the difference in the height. Just was trying to be too cute with it. In. Ooh, that was close. Close for the chip in 3. Here's Al, he's wedge finished here. He's got this putt now for a 3. You see where he's aiming. Ooh, good putt. I'll give you that. Pretty much a 4. Obviously we're still not touching the flags, and look, we've got these wee lift outers. I'll just you steady cam it. So I've got Wolff putt here at half. Otherwise I'm going 1 down. The greens have been top dressed, so you've got to make sure that you clean your ball and you clean your putter face, because if you get some sand off the green on either the ball or the face, the ball goes nowhere. As you've probably all had that happen to you.
Just didn't turn. One down.
And what he's doing. and that was an easy 5. And that's why it's the hardest hole in Scotland. I was just deliberately making it look really hard, so it looked great on camera. Joking aside though, I mean, it's the first hole, you've hit a great tee shot, it's frustrating because your short game's not quite there. Then you try and be too cute, you come up short. You then leave yourself, well, you saw what it was like a flop shot, played it well, missed the putt, walks off with a 5. You think to yourself, blimey, it's a par 3, I'm 2 over. So even if you hit the green like Al did, he's 1 over. And you've got to play the hole twice, stating the obvious because it's a 9-holer. So if you take the average out over the year, you're 4 over every round. Some rounds you might be 1 over, 2 over if you've played exceptional. That's why that hole plays, wait for it, 4.8 stroking index average over the year. It's a par 5. That's how difficult that hole is. Second hole. Not his best, got away with it, turn over low draw. There you go. Too long, you can't do it, so you've got to keep moving, then just swing and let it happen. Pretty good. There's always stuff to see on a golf course, and I've just left my doofer down at the tee. Good job I didn't walk away and leave that. Yeah, he's got somewhere between 150 and 120-ish. 124, he's lasered it. Big advantage that. Whew, good looking shot. Over the bunker, level with the pin. Wee bit of a kick to initiate his swing. A bit wolfish. No as Matthew Wolfish is what I'm attempting. But look at where that's ended up. That was a 5 would have absolutely caned it. I reckon that's... We'll get out to gun it. But that's the furthest I've been up for a while. Miles over that tree. We'll get out to gun the yardage. As we... What's the yardage then? I think it's an odd one for me again. It's about 75 yards, he says. I've not got any gap wedges with me. I've got my sand iron or my equaliser. 88 yards. Just a nice, smooth sand iron should do it. Oh, needed a bit more to be really good. Divot pretty much online though. Online, pretty shallow, straight through the ball. Front edge putting up the hill. Tricky one. If not, I can't putt it, I'm in the fringe. Go on. Good shot, good shot. Al's going by the pin. He's got a putt for the birdie, but it's downhill. I don't hear any cries yet, I'll give you that. Well, he's birdied it, so I think he'll give me the putt. I know he's tight, but he's not that tight. Now I'm 2 down. Wolffie's getting hammered here. Oh, didn't expect that. Need to lift that up. Hitting the ball great, and I'm got par, or sorry, bogey birdie. I was bogey par, but I'm 2 down. That's match play for you. When was the last time you played match play? About a month ago. By the way, you get 6 inches nearest point of relief if you end up in a bunker. Just as well. Look at the views, unbelievable views up here. The most scenic course in probably central Scotland, if you like. You know, the mountain ranges and all the hills and forget about the windmills, stroke turbines, forget about them. Stirling Castle, and seems to be millions of houses getting built everywhere. Right, we're on the third, 345 yards, stroke index 5. It's a long one. Just got to keep moving with Wolff swing. Move. It's a little bit to the right, but it's okay. Do that down the middle, touch a draw. Quite a long way actually, and the conditions we're getting very little run obviously. He's just gunned the yardage. How far you got? 130 I think. 130. That'll be probably middle from where he is, because 150 is by that a bit. Rhododendron bushes are good. Sort of. Is it preferred lies? 1st of November officially, but I'll give you a preferred lie. 2 up, and I'm giving him preferred lies. Well, Mayor I need to date if I'm and get beat. By the way, in case you're wondering, he probably is wondering too. But Mike, you've probably played Matthew Wolff style swing and found out what you're going to be doing. No, this is the first time ever trying it. Right, where we are is right over here. We're a wee bit further than him, but we're in the rough. The slide's on line, alright? Got to come over this tree. The only way I'm doing this is, I reckon, if I attempt to hit a high 8, I think, I've got to go high 8 iron. That's what I reckon. Wolffy style swing, obviously. I think maybe a 7 would be the club, but I'm concerned about the initial branch that I need to kind of get it round and over. Oh, it's on the money if it's up. Oh, it could be in the bunker. You know, I hit that really well, but it just came a wee fraction high on the face. Maybe just. Actually, I've noticed higher ball flight almost immediately. This is what makes golf exciting, match play one-on-one. Also the fact that you can't actually see on this hole where the balls are finished till you actually get up to the green. So there's a bit of wondering if you're on or not. I think I'm in the bunker, like, I really don't know if I'm on. Oh, I'm not in the bunker. I don't think. I don't see it. Is this it? That's your ball. Where the heck is my ball gone? Side of the tee. Wow, it was enough to get over the bunker. Well, that's a tricky shot. Look at that. Oh, what? That is horrendous. Definitely my ball, I think. Well, this is ugly. I've not got much of a shot. Try and bump it through. Oh, go on, go on, go on! Whoa, that was close to going in there. Was it out to the right?
Drawing back.
Drawing back. Right, in the spirit of... I don't know what I'm doing with Matthew Wolff's swing. I'm going to hit a 3-iron. Is that an old ping 3-iron? Yeah, old trusty ping eye 2. Oh. Stinger! What you call a stinger! Holy smokes, that went off about a foot and a half. That was an unintentional stinger, I'll admit to it. But that was a bullet. I tell you what, this is a close game. Look at that, stinger, 3-iron, Wolff style. And Al's just in the semi. A wall to go over, tremendous. I ain't got any gaps with me. So I'm thinking a wedge, Ben Hogan equaliser. It's the only thing I've got with me. That's all I've got. Something like that will do it, I think. Kind of like, I think I've got to take it all the way. Gap wedge. Go! Ooh, a bit heavy, I think I'm short. Hang on out. Let me get it in the shot. Oh! I'll sit in gap wedge. It's flying alright. Ooh, what big doors creaking open, because I'm actually on the middle of the green, uphill putt for birdie. Oh. Okay, so he pulled it indeed. He's pin high though. Not short-sided himself. Meanwhile, I'm birdie chance. Ooh, it's hot. Checked, but just a wee bit firm. Got a fair length for a birdie putt. I've got a long putt for a par. Turn, turn, turn. Ooh, unlucky, that was a beautiful putt, and that's given. So I've got a putt for a half.
That was robbed.
It's a nice putt. That was robbed. Oh. Lovely colour combo today. Lime green, grey and light sky blue. Oh.
All the top players wear.
Yeah. Mind you, can't really slag them off because at the moment I'm still 2 down. Cracking the door slightly open here. Greens are a nice pace. Hit it too firm, I reckon. That's Wolffy back to 1. Your Honour, you have the honour. Right, Wolffy's one down now, so I'm thinking pedal to the metal and all that. He's right on the pin.
Love the shot. Yeah.
Go! Oh, jeez. Oh, that was close. I'm not telling him what I hit there. Al's got a 6 iron in his hand. Shot. Whoa. Going a bit. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's edgy on the bunker. Oh, I don't know. Might be okay. Okay, this ain't easy. I've got a drainage bit here. Al's absolutely roasted it by the hole. Sit down. There's literally 20 odd ways I could try this. I could try putting it. I don't think it's the option. I could try bumping it with 5 wood. Don't think that's the option. So I've got a de-lofted sand iron and I'm trying to land it on the fringe and run it out. Whoa, man, that flew. Oh, that was not good. Caught it too well. Caught it too well. Flew off like a proverbial rocket. So, as a classic match play scenario, Al holds the. Al's got that, but I've got a longer putt. You've just pressed the button, I think.
Nice
Go on.
stroke. Oh!
How many times?
Unlucky.
That's been robbed twice today, so far.
This is a right to left putt very slightly.
Gonna try and roll it on the line.
He's got this for the 3.
Oh,
Ooh, well, a spectacular half there. 6th hole. Al's still 1 up. Wolfie boy, that's me. I'm on the fight back. Don't know how I got a half back there, but I got one.
time for birdie. At least a good swing.
Oh, Tiger line. I think he's made it too. That was like dicing with death, like right over it. I'll come and hold the weapon of camera. Right. I went to Tiger line because I've got gonads.
Well, I'm going the same line, but I'm hitting a 6-iron. None of this hybrid nonsense. Oh, a J! Arthur, but he's in play.
That was sweet off the hosel.
Right hole to do it, Arthur.
Sweet. That is going to leave a long shot for the second one. I think Matthew Wolff's swing needs some slight tweaking.
Made the corner of the dog leg.
No problem.
Heck of a long second shot. 4-iron in hat. Oh, be good. Oh, that's on the money. Oh, I think, I'm not getting too confident, but I think I'm getting into the timing of this. Oh.
Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. There is a Tesco's Extra between where I was and where Al's hit it. That's a small superstore for you guys in the States. So he's probably got, I went 4-iron, he's probably got 9-iron. Oh, it's a good hit, but it's drawing. I don't know, it could be bunker, or it might be on. Good hit though.
Well short, and Al's on the green. I nailed that 4-iron as well. Go, go!
Oh,
nice.
lovely jubbly. Go on there.
Lovely shot.
Oh,
Oh, oh, that nearly went in.
great shot.
Oh.
In case you're wondering, I've still not heard anything yet. You know, the thing you want to hear in match play, I'll give you that. That type of thing, you know. Still not hearing anything. That's where mind games come into effect in match play. Or if you're just a tight git, that comes into effect as well. Bit of chemical damage on the green, the odd footprint, but that'll go away in a couple of days. That's when you walk on something that you know you shouldn't have. Look at this. Yep, I'm actually having to mark my ball. See that there? Marking it. Oh, he's rolled it. Oh, wow, that had a look. I'll tell you what, that's outside mine, so there's no chance I'm giving you that one. I need to watch that. I keep leaning against the remote. Great system this. It's a remote control camera. It's the idiot that's working it. What a half. I'd have given myself that. This is the challenge hole, the hidden challenge today. You're going to like this. Al doesn't know what it is. Here it is here. We've got to play the tee shot with this. Tailor-made tour spoon, 13-degree loft, S400U dynamic gold steel shaft. Look at the size of this head. It's barely the size of the ball. And the grip, well, there's a grip on it. Good luck. That's what you get for getting the order. Mind you, I've got a hit as well. I don't know what I'm laughing for. Oh, that is absolutely boomed. I'm shocked. That's for the what? Spell it. Tour model piece of wonderment.
Weren't hard enough. We're still swinging like Matthew Wolff here.
I think that's a bridge too far personally, but we'll see.
Right, okay. Somewhere there we'll do it.
Sounded alright.
You know, it's dead straight. It's a wee bit high.
Is it still coming down? The only problem with that last shot was I was forgetting it's such a low face. Look, I should have teed that like teed up too high. Still in the game though. This is another odd yardage. Right. Sit down. Sit down. Oh. Oh, slightly big. I don't know, it was an odd yardage. We're not having just 56. Just caught it too good. Al had a bit of a dodgy lie there, kind of hit it heavy. So he's come up short. I've gone a bit long. The conditions are hard. It's in between like perfect wet and you've just got to hit perfect contact or it makes you look a bit silly. Oh, skipped. The green's very difficult to hold. Door's creaking open here, could be all square, but I've got to get this up and down somehow.
If he puts this close, got an easy chance of beating me in this hole. Terrible second shot from me, very heavy ground. Dug at it. Go. Needs to go. Needs to travel. It's a tough part. He's on the wrong side of the hole. I've still got a chance.
This putt for the 4. It's downhill. I've got that left for my 4. Typical match play situation. You reckon? Downhill. He's been rolling it well. It's got a chance. Dived by the hole. I'll give you that. Those words that you never ever utter.
This putt for the hole. Fancy his chances. He's been just missing all round, so he deserves a putt. Looking too fast, but that's a given. Gimme. I'm still 1 up. Shamoni. Terrible.
Heck, a lot of leaves coming off the trees now. Still Wolff in it. Something like that. Whoa. Jesus. Someone I think about the fairway. Certainly that wasn't the plan, right?
Whoa. That's incredible. That's a huge guy. That's huge.
That was found his just over the practice green. Got a couple of trees in his way. But really, from where he is, he should try and hit it to the top of the fairway. I don't know. He's got his hybrid out, I think. Missed everything. Oh, it's tight for the rough. Oh, it's in big trouble. And Little China, that is thick rough in there. Meanwhile, I've managed to I think it's 6 iron up the hill.
That was good game off, we'll get this.
Yeah, missed that one. Wolffie's in trouble. Oh, thick lie in the roof.
Can't even see it.
Well, you can just see the top of it there. Pretty thick though, got to say.
Tiger, this one.
Well out. Ooh, just. Sure, we'll level the bunker.
Pins just tucked. It's got a tree to come over and then down. Oh, it's a nice shot. It's looking reasonable. Oh, very nice. Great shot. It's got a chance. I wonder if you can see it if I lift it up yet. It looks very close to the hole. Well, we'll find out.
But it's a good recovery. the Matt Wolff effort from the fairway was horrendous. Al's got another dodgy winter lie, but that's what winter golf's all about. Oh, that's look at that result. Oh, 1.5 feet away. We'll get a good view of Al's shot. Here he is. Well played. Oh, a wee bit low, but ran in there nice. Oh. Advantage, Wolff.
Oh, advantage. Advantage, Wolff.
Let's find if we made a pick mark. Green's being top rest. Oh, pitch mark. Right here. Just about. About. Just myself. Got a good feeling about this putt. Oh, rammed it through the break. Yes, you're up. I'll give you that one. Rammed it through the break. It's going to be all square down the last. All square down. You can watch the video back going, my God, he's won it. This is for all square. Oh, Chameau! Oh, still all square, even though he says he's one up. Turned it over. Leaked it over. Right, we've got a 7 iron as well. 165, he said. Oh, 165. But that's obviously to the middle, pins at the back.
Go on, get up, get up. Oh. Front edge.
That's good, you can come out, have a laugh and try a different swing for 9 holes and see what you score. We need to watch the video back. I'm either all square or 1 down playing the last. I'm pretty sure I'm all square, but we'll double check the footage. And it's interesting doing this, you know, transition change, because when I time it, oh geez, oh, it's long off the tee, boom boom long. But obviously, to just take this out on the course, I mean, I think we're doing quite well. We're 2 down after 2. Right, so if I can get this chipped fairly close, pressure could be on. Right, there's not a lot in this, but I think it's Al to go first. And he's got a long, tricky one. It's along a slope and up to the top, and but I tell you, there's some braking movement in this thing. And he's got the putter out. I have spun it back off the green. That was unlucky. Look at that for a pitch mark. My God, I tell you, you've got to repair them. That is deep. Right, here he goes. This is a long, long putt. Track in. Oh, what an effort! Oh, I tell you, that wasn't. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. He's never said it to me. All round. You'll need to mark that. It could be in my line. Right. Quite a long shot. This try a 5 wood, I think. Get in. Right, he's having a go. We'll be a cracking 3 after the first putt. Good 3. Well, we have to move the pin there because it was leaning the wrong way. Sometimes you have to hold it with your putter, so if it bounces out, it's getting counted as being in. I say so.
If you hold this, I'll give you the match.
Well, it's for the half, this, isn't it?
Well,
Pulled it.
Dragged it.
Pulled it. It did have a bit of break in it, well done. I've been beat. 1 down, even though I was trying Wolff it. Gutted. Can't believe it. Well played. High 5.